We experience the modern city as a collection of smooth surfaces. We move between vast expanses of concrete, towering glass panes, and rigid steel. But those grand surfaces hide a physical tension. Without internal reinforcement and defined boundaries, these massive structures lose their structural integrity and fail to function as intended. Behind the finished exterior lies a connective tissue, metal wire and mesh. It provides the hidden binding agent that secures perimeters, wraps buildings, and purifies the resources flowing through our pipes. Manufacturing these materials requires a specialized engineering range. A producer must be able to forge heavy, impenetrable barriers at one end of the scale, while maintaining the control necessary to draw a hair-thin thread at the other. True infrastructure mastery is found in this ability to control metal at both the macro and the micro levels simultaneously. This dual-scale engineering happens at Plot C121 in Chennai's Southangadu Iron and Steel Market. This is Lunia Wires and Mesh. Their facility manages a massive ready inventory, housing thousands of tons of metal products at various stages of formation. As a 3F OEM specialist, Lunia manufactures the foundational components that other industrial builders and factories rely on for their own assembly lines. Managing this volume requires a specific logistical balance, the brute force needed to move heavy steel paired with the precision required for intricate mesh weaving. To see how they navigate these requirements, we can follow their production through the 3 distinct stages of the 3F framework, starting at the macro scale. The first F is fence, the heaviest category on the warehouse floor. At this scale, inventory management is a matter of weight. Forklifts move towering coils and heavy rolls of high-gauge wire across the go-down. These are the primary security tools: chain link fences, heavy barbed wire, and concertina coils. This vector model shows the engineering logic. The high tensile wire absorbs sudden kinetic impacts, distributing the force across the wire structure to prevent a breach. Geographically, these coils act as unyielding lines across the earth, securing vast physical perimeters. At this macro level, metal wire serves as a form of brute force geometry, dividing and protecting physical space. We move down to the human scale for the second F, facades. Here, Lunia manufactures materials for architectural integration, including expanded metal, perforated sheets, and weld mesh. The engineering goal shifts here. The metal is no longer designed to block physical movement, but to selectively filter the environment. By engineering specific perforation patterns, these sheets interact with light and air, diffusing harsh sunlight and wind into manageable flows. When wrapped around a modern structure, these metals function as a breathable skin, regulating the building's temperature and internal climate. At this scale, metal mesh transforms from a barrier into an interactive aesthetic element of design. For the final F, filtration, we leave visible architecture behind and enter the microscopic level. Manufacturing moves towards specialized, softer materials like stainless steel, aluminum, and brass. Creating these meshes require mechanical precision. High-speed looms weave hair-thin wires into flawless grids that are often too fine for the naked eye to resolve. This diagram shows the industrial application, screening and capturing minute particles. The grid allows fluid to pass while trapping microscopic contaminants on its surface. At this microscale, the wire serves as a mechanism for industrial purity. Returning to the warehouse level, we can re-examine the scale of the Lunia operation. Lunia's inventory organizes thousands of tons of metal into a categorized armory of infrastructure solutions. This journey covers the entire spectrum of scale, from high-tensile perimeter fences to architectural facades and microscopic filtration grids. Lunia Wires and Mesh serves as Chennai's trusted OEM specialist because they have mastered the manufacturing pipeline required for every one of these applications. These layers of wire, from perimeter to particle, work quietly in the background to ensure our spaces remain secure, our buildings remain breathable, and our resources remain pure.